Let's get Deaves on stage, everybody. Got Deaves. He did the closing show at Cambridge Fringe and was so funny. This girl, I mean, she was quite pissed as well, but she was laughing so much she had to crawl out. She couldn't stand up because she was laughing so much. So anyway, sorry, I've hyped you up a bit too much, haven't I, Sam? Anyway, Deaves is coming on. Clap for him, Jim Deaves!
Get ready for an anticlimax. Oh, wonderful. I just want to start with a little bit of advice for anyone that just lives with or just otherwise spends night times with anyone that snores. Right, because they always say that if somebody snores, you're supposed to turn them from their back onto their side and that will stop them from snoring. That's what they say, but I find it a lot more efficient to turn them all the way over and hold them down. Much higher success rate. This one's for you. That's weird. Nothing to add to that now. Speaking of things that will keep you awake at night, I've recently acquired a brand new daughter who... Acquired's not the right word, is it? I think I might be in trouble. No, she's amazing. I love her so much. Like, she's fucking incredible. Do you want to see a picture?
Yeah.
A bit creepy. It's weird. But no, to help her get to sleep, right, I've been buying children's books to read to her. And what I've come to realise is when you buy these children's books, when they've got a story with an anthropomorphised animal as a main character, right, and if you don't know what it is, that's when an animal portrays a part that would otherwise be played by a human, right, chances are that animal's there in the story to the cute face of something that's either really, really dark or really, really bizarre. And what I've been doing recently is just for fun, considering what those stories would be like if you turn the animals back into people and the stories become their true, dark, bizarre selves. You're going to love this, because that wasn't even a punchline, so... Oh, we're enjoying it already, go on. So the first story I did it with was The Ugly Duckling, right, which becomes the story of a young adopted girl who's ugly as fuck. And she gets bullied for that, and that's dark, obviously, but then she grows up to be beautiful and gets to rub that in the faces of all the average people that bullied her on the way up, which is amazing. And I think what that story teaches us is that we shouldn't judge people until they're older. When we know they're ugly. That's when you go. Now, I thought this works for a lot of children's stories with anthropomorphised animals in, so what I want to do here is just get some suggestions from you guys of children's stories with anthropomorphised animals in, and I'll try to tell what that story would be if you're turning animals back as people.
Three little pigs.
Right, that is, what was that one?
Paddington Bear.
Paddington Bear, immigration. Simple. Three little pigs. Don't feel like you have to cover your mouth to laugh. Just go ahead and make it fucking loud, because it's delightful. Feel like I look like I enjoyed that too much. Three Little Pigs is the story of why you should be friends with somebody who's upper class. They've got better shit. How did you enjoy like what wasn't a punchline more than that? That was oh, you're going off me quickly, aren't you? Let's do a couple more of these.
Watch it down.
Watch it down. Oh, lovely. No, here's the thing, right? Because he said that thinking he's being clever, thinking he's fucked me up. Like that hasn't come up before, so. Fuck you. How is that the only one you know? That's what's Good grief, what's wrong with your childhood? Let's not get into it, there's not enough time. Hey? So you're adopted? But you're an ugly child? So I've got a story for you. No, Water Ship Down is it's quite a weird one. It's basically a story of a man who, like, he wakes up like having had a really weird dream about, like, you know, an incoming sort of omen, like said terrible stuff's going to happen, and he ran around to like everyone in his village, and he just said to them, listen, this terrible thing's going to happen, like we need to leave, and they're just like, sure, and they all just believe him, and they follow him, and then he takes them on like quite a long journey, and then like basically they get to the final destination, like the better place, and it turns out he hasn't done any research, and they've moved to Slough. Let's do two more.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. It's just kids passing notes in school, isn't it? It's a shit one. Or The Notebook. It's not a notebook, is it? What's the...
Yes, I love you.
Thank you. So am I! It's much worse! Let's run away. No, my wife would be livid. Oh, please, I'm not sure. I don't think she liked me. I felt like that was going to be funnier, and now you're just going, well, that's sad. I'm going home to her tonight. She's looking after my daughter. And want to see a picture? Cool. We live by a lot of weird rules and like warnings, and like people sort of they tell us about things. We know they're based on lies, but we live by them anyway. Like we just accept them. We're just like, well, that's a thing that happens. Like there's loads. One of my favourite ones is the rule that you should never open an umbrella indoors. That's what they say, isn't it? Because it brings bad luck. I mean, it's ridiculous. Because if you ever are in a situation where you do have to open an umbrella indoors, you have already been subjected to that bad luck. You've got bigger issues. There's a rule that goes around. I think a lot of people will have heard this. Is that we swallow 8 spiders a year. Upwards of, that's what they say, isn't it? Actually, I was talking to a doctor the other day who, like, he'd recently done some surgery on me, and like I was having a sort of a follow-up meeting with him, and he said, "Oh yeah, don't we swallow like 64 spiders a night?" How are you allowed to operate on people? It's insane. But they say that, like, even 8 spiders a year, like that's too many, isn't it? Because like even if we're swallowing that volume of spiders per year, like you've got to imagine that at some point during the year you would wake up and just find a spider just sort of on the pillow, like, I was going to go in there. Do you mind? It's bizarre. It's one of my favourite rules. Is the rule. And I'm sure we've all heard this, that if you don't wash your hair for long enough, it starts to clean itself. We all know that rule? That's a pretty sort of, it's a common, it's not entirely a myth, like it's based on an element of truth, because your hair, right, now I've got a point, last time I was in Cambridge, right, this is the reason that girl had to crawl out of the room, because the show got fucking derailed. Here's the thing, right, because what I said was, and I've got to point out at this point that it's something that I read on Google. And let's face it, like she was a medical student, and Google is more important than them. So, but basically, I said that the hair develops enzymes, and then she lost her shit because apparently that's not true. I don't know that. I read it on a thing, and she was a cunt. So. Your hair starts to develop these enzymes that cleanse your hair. Who's a doctor here? Is it you guys? There's people, like, is that, what element of that is incorrect? Is it, well, it doesn't matter, stop judging me! I'm recording this and I'm regretting it now. Basically, your hair starts to clean itself, it does start to, right, but then it sort of basically creates like a barrier over your own hair, so it starts to clean itself, creates a barrier to stop any more dirt from getting on. So all that's really happened is your hair's got so dirty that it's had to develop sentience and say, well, fuck it, I'm going to sort this out. It's disgusting. It's got like so dirty that it's had to develop its own doorman to operate a one in, one out system for dirt. People say to me like, oh, Si, it's amazing, it gives your hair new life. Like, yeah, it gives your hair new life in the same way that if you leave a dirty plate on the side for long enough, it also develops a new life. That's gross. Good. I like music. Any fans? People tell me I don't like music in the right way. They tell me I like music incorrectly, which is a weird thing to say to people. Right? Yeah, I mean your face was correct because like, it's an odd thing. But basically, I think it's because I'm a drummer. Right? I've played drums for quite a long time, and I think I just don't listen to music in the same way as other people. Because people see me listening to music, and instead of sort of doing the normal singing along or dancing, what I do is this. And what a lot of people say is, "Are you okay?" Yeah, fine, but I don't dance to music because if I do dance to music, I look like this. People don't like it, it makes them unsettled. I was doing this same bit a little while ago in Camden, and a girl sitting right in the front row just said, "Please stop." Very helpful. Try my best. I don't sing along to music either because I don't know the lyrics to any songs. I just don't. Like I think it's like a drama thing. Like I just don't pick the lyrics up to like I mean actually I know the lyrics to 2 songs. One of those is "Happy Birthday," and even that is dependent upon whether or not whose birthday it is.
What's the other one?
Bohemian Rhapsody. No. I don't have the time! Stop it! We're trying to enjoy ourselves in a very formal manner. I can't even do karaoke, right? Like, you know, it gives you the lyrics. I can't even do it though because I do just spend the whole time looking at the screen going, really? Who knew? You guys are delightful. I want to tell you about an ex-flatmate of mine. Look, I did that bit earlier about the 3 little pigs. That's a fucking solid punchline. And you were like, mm-hmm. I want to tell you about an ex-flatmate of mine. You might not enjoy music correctly, you don't enjoy comedy correctly. Fuck you. I like it. Come to all of my shows. I'm going to tour early next year. Please, I'm going to try and come here. So do come down.
Maybe you can do the dance again.
I will. It's in the show. Yeah, I'll make it longer. Yes, I love you. So thank you. I know what I'm doing. Don't need a reminder from you. Crucially, if I did, I've got it written on my hand. It's more better. So right, basically, I've just got to point out, by the way, that in case any of you are looking at me thinking like, this is all well and good, but like this guy can't be this neurotic, and I am. It starts my wife. She's tired. She does hate me. No, no, she doesn't. We're married, and as I understand it, if she didn't like me, we wouldn't be. So, fairly solid proof. So, but basically, right, we moved into a new build flat, me and this ex-flatmate, right? And like when you move into a new build flat, if you're even sort of mildly neurotic, like it's a dream because you can keep everything sort of absolutely neat and in line, and it makes you feel better. It's comfort. Basically, if any of you have never moved into a new build flat and been neurotic at the same time, I'd recommend it. So like, I kept the whole flat, like, we made a deal, like I kept the flat clean, like spotless, it was lovely, and I did, the whole flat, except for his bedroom, because that's his domain, he's like, he has to look after that, it's fair enough. Except, like, he's the kind of guy, like, he was disgusting, like, he collected Pringles cans, just under his bed, horrendous. But he's the kind of guy, you know the socks that you buy, that as soon as you put them on, they start to mould? Like, his bedroom floor looked like he had leprosy, it was a weird look. But like I'd been, so you know, I'd be walking past his, but like, well, I'd be hoovering, wouldn't I? I'd put my head into his bedroom door and I'd be like, "Are they going to clean your floor?" And then he'd turn around and say, "I don't know, might not." No worries, man. That's absolutely fine. You've got live your own. You know, like, you've got to do you. I don't know if anyone's ever not slept for a week. Wouldn't recommend it. Like one day I'm walking past his bedroom, right, and I see the floor, and like he's not there, he's at work, and I thought, right, well, this is my opportunity. Like, it was the worst it's ever been, and I thought, right, this is it, I'm going to do it. And obviously I had the hoover in my hand, so convenient. So I just popped into his bedroom and started hoovering. And like, have you ever seen the floor getting physically clean in front of you? Best wank I've ever had. Great, but like, I didn't want him to feel too smug, right? Like he thought he'd won, like he's got one over on me because I started cleaning his bedroom. I didn't want him to feel that way, so like I just thought, I'll never mention it to him, right? I'll be quiet about it. But like I saw him the next day and he looked smug anyway, and I was like, oh, fuck, he thinks he's got one over on me. So I can't do this ever again, like that's fair enough, I just can't clean his bedroom ever again. So what I did was I cleaned his bedroom in secret for 3 months. Unhealthy. And I just went into his room one day because it got terrible again. I just lost my mind. I just went in there and said, "When are you going to clean your fucking floor, man?" And he just looked at me, looking smug, and he just went, "I don't need to, do I?" Like I was livid. I was just trying to think of something to say to him, to cut him down, just to really be funny, to tear him apart. And like I was so angry, I couldn't think of anything. But before I could think of anything, he just turned to me and he said, "Yeah, do you want to know why?" Weird question to ask, I think. Like, I know why I've been cleaning his bedroom in secret for the past 3 months. So I thought, fine, I'm going to let him sort of hang himself on this one. I said, "Go on, why?" He said, "Well, it's like hair, isn't it? Leave for long enough, just starts to clean itself." Sorry, Ali, can I do it? Because that didn't end with applause, and I wanted it to. I've got a very quick. Is that okay? Do you mind?
Yeah.
Thanks.
1 minute.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Great. That's perfect. Right. Because now I like cats. I'm often found defending cats in arguments because people often try to tell me that dogs are more intelligent than cats because dogs can learn tricks, right? Which is ridiculous. And I've got a story that backs me up on this point. My sister recently brought her dog around to my house, and this is a dog that can sit and roll over on command. So clever shit. She pulled up on my driveway, right? What?
I said shit too. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say out loud.
It's a dog and a shih tzu.
Just write these things down. Save them for later. And then don't say them to anyone. Does anyone know her?
She's next week's headline.
We've already discussed, I've only got a minute to tell this story. You're just sitting there going, "Shit, see?" So she pulled up on my driveway with the dog in the back of her car, right? And the dog's excited, he's jumping around. And as she pulled up, she opened the door and the dog jumped out and he ran. And he chased my cat down Southend House, full pelt, this far away from each other. And whenever it took a corner of the house, my cat turned and the dog ran into the wall. So, who's stupid now? Now, I feel this works similarly for cat and dog people. Who's a cat person here?
Yes.
One. What's your name? we need a liar. How are you, Julie? Are you okay? Cool, thanks, Abby. I haven't been paying attention, and if I had, I don't care. Are you having a good evening, Abby? Wonderful. See, that was a conceited but a lovely conversation with a cat person. Who's the dog person here?
Woo!
Oh, wonderful. Can you just stand up for me quickly, please?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, and sit. You guys have been really, really lovely. You've got an amazing night ahead of you. I've been